Hello, angels. Gonna get my fingers all wrapped up in my hair. Okay. Hello, angels. I am literally like trying to record y'all. I'm used to having a like stand, and um, obviously I don't have. I broke my stand a while ago. Anyway, so I be holding the phone, and my arms be tired, y'all. The video I just made was like 4 minutes, and my arm is like feel like I'm doing some shake weights or whatever. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about feeling burnt out with manifesting, feeling burnt out with affirming, because really different things work for everybody. And that's the number one, y'all. I want you to know different things work for everybody. For a lot of people, they can kind of persist through it, but I've seen that persisting when your mental health is not in check can fuck you up. Just to keep it real with you, okay? It can just your mental health is number one, you guys. Your mental health, your peace, your mental clarity, your mental sanity is more important than any freaking thing or person in your reality. Okay, so that's number one, right? Um, so so what I've come to, right? Because I told you guys, I'm sure I told you guys, but I'm recreating my whole life, and at one point I just felt so overwhelmed because in recreating my whole life, I'm keeping so many different thoughts in check, such a strict mental diet, trying to make sure I'm in the state, trying to make sure, trying, right? And I realized I was actually talking with my best friend, and she was talking about how she's found so much peace in just being, right? And stay with me, you guys, because, we're still creating what we want. But she was talking about the space of being, of just like some power of now type shit, right? Of just being here in the now and not wanting, not striving, not trying, not any of that. And when I came into that state, it felt to me like what I was explaining to you guys a few videos ago about the state of security, which is behind every manifestation that you want. Whether it's money, whether it's an SP, whether it's a body change, a health change, we all want to feel safe, secure, and good, basically, just good. And that was the feeling of being, because I want you to think about it, you guys. If you had every single thing that you wanted, it's not to say that you won't be affirming or that you wouldn't be thinking of it or that you wouldn't be visualizing it. It's not that. But you would not, though, you would not feel the need, okay? If you're watching this on a phone, and let's just give some appreciation to our phones really quick. Oh, your affirmation. I get prettier and prettier every single day. Um, But yeah, our phones are do so many things for us, right? We so appreciate our phones. But you are not in the state of wanting your phone. You don't wake up like, oh my God, I gotta affirm for my phone. I gotta make sure I get my phone. I gotta make sure I do this. You sometimes think, wow, my phone is so convenient, or oh, I love having this phone, or oh, I love how my phone does everything that I need and want, right? But you're not needing it. You're not lacking it, right? And so what I've noticed though for myself, and like I said, guys, everybody is different. Everybody is different, y'all. I'm not going to be the coach that comes on here and tells you, well, everything I'm doing is exactly what you need to do. And if you don't do it, then you're stupid and you're not right. None of all the stuff. Like, no, I'm just sharing my experience with y'all. And if it helps you, it helps you. I know and intend that it does. But if something else works for you, that's fine. But for me, I noticed that me being perpetually in that state of lack, of need, of where is it, of am I doing this right? And let me pause again. I'm sorry, I'll go off on tangents. Um, but yes, are you doing it right? Yes, because you decide if you're doing it right or not. So always tell yourself you're doing it right, you're doing it perfect, everything about you is perfect, okay? But you can just be like, I found myself in this state of perpetual need and lack and desire, of wanting. And it's easy to get into this state as a manifester, especially when you know how limitless you are, when you know that every single thing in the world can look exactly the way that you want. It's hard not to be wanting things to be looking exactly the way that you want. And even when you create those things, you still want to improve and fine tune and get more specific about exactly how you want things to go. So I totally get that. But you guys, what I realized is that life is passing us by, okay? Life is continuing to go. A lot of us are sitting on pause in our life, in our mind. We're not willing to have fun. We're not willing to enjoy anything until our manifestation is here, okay? Life is still going on though. You still have to live. So live your life. And what's more important than living like obviously you're going to live, but do you want to live in a state of anxiety all the time? Do you want to live in a state of need, of desire, of lacking, of nothing is here, right? And this goes back to my previous video because it's like, well, Olivia, some of my things are not here. You know, I am waiting on some things. I am waiting for things to, continue to manifest. So some of my things are not here. But when you fulfill yourself in imagination and you tell yourself that everything I want has already manifested, that's number one. But number two, it's not, Alan Watts said this, it's not so much about getting from this side of the room to the other side of the room. It's about the dance. You don't go and do the waltz so that, okay, now we're here. We should just skip all this and just go here. No, you're here for the dance. Enjoy the growth along the way. Enjoy the epiphanies along the way. Enjoy all the things along the way because these things, you guys, it's your life. I mean, a whole month has already passed of 2023, you know? But when you're in this state of being, so what I wanted to tell you guys was when you're feeling really burnt out, because here's the thing for me is like, yeah, I want to honor myself, I want to honor my emotions, but what I don't want to do is just like go back to how things have been for me and not change what I want to change, because that's what I would do before. So we're going to still affirm, but do your affirming sessions. Have your affirming session in the morning and at night, however that's comfortable to you. But for the rest of the day, really just be mindful of the state that you're in. And really do your best to just remind yourself, hey, I don't need to make anything happen. I don't need to make anything happen. I don't need to force anything. How can I force anything that's already done? How can I make something happen that's already happened? Right? Really see your desires as already manifested simply just by telling yourself, it already manifested. Oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's already manifested, and feel that calm as you continue to bring that back to your state, right? Because for some people, affirming doesn't imply lack. Excuse me, some people it is really fun, but for some people it can cause anxiety or overwhelmment or too much for you. So if that's the case, during the day, remind yourself when you have, obviously, don't let your bad thoughts just run, but just be present. Come again into the calmness. I'm good. Everything's already worked out in my favor. It's continually working out in my favor because that's the kind of person that I am. I'm just the person that gets what they want. I'm just the person that everything works out for. I'm just an extremely lucky girl, right? Everything works out in my favor every single time. Oh, yeah, I can be relaxed and happy because I already know that that thing manifested. Okay, regardless of 3D, you guys. I literally had that realization today because I kept checking for 3D. I kept checking 3D for me to feel calm. And I said, I don't need to check 3D for me to feel calm. I just feel calm because it don't matter. I get everything that I want, period. So what it looks like doesn't matter to me. That's like me looking in the sky right now and saying the sun's up, so the sun is never going to set. The sun's up, so I'm never going to see the moon. No, I know I'm going to see the moon. I'm not worried about the sun. Okay? That's how you should be looking at your 3D. I know I'm going to see it, so I'm not worried about what's in front of me. All right? And in the meantime, so affirm, set some sessions for yourself, 1 to 2 sessions a day, do your affirmations, or do your sat scene, or do whatever it is that you do, but come into the calm for the rest of the day. Sit and just be in the present moment. And the thing about the present moment is that you'll notice you're not lacking anything in the present moment. Right now, there's still things that I'm wanting or creating in my life, but right now I have everything I need. I have everything I need right now in this moment. There's nothing I'm missing. Okay? And the more that you practice that energy, the more that's just your state of I don't need anything. That's why they say in that quote, needing nothing attracts everything, because if you had everything, you wouldn't need anything. Okay? You wouldn't need anything. You wouldn't be searching for anything. You wouldn't be doing any of that. All right? So come into the state of fulfillment. Go there in your imagination, but come into peace. And just during the day, you guys, make it your mission not to force anything, right? Because you don't need to force anything. You don't need to make anything happen. You're just deciding as the God that you are. And that's the other thing that I realized too was, would my God self that knows that it creates everything that it wants. Like, just imagine for a moment that everything that you want manifests instantly. Everything you want manifests instantly. Would you be worried about anything? It wouldn't matter if a hurricane just came and took your house away. You would still be like, okay, but I manifest instantly, so I know I already have a new house. When you have faith in your power and belief in your power, it doesn't really matter what's going on. Okay, you can look at the sun and know that the moon is coming because you called it forth. All right, you called it forth. God has heard you. It's coming to you. It's here now. So there's no need for you to be tripping. There's no need for you to be worried. All right. I love you guys. I intend that that helps. I know that it did, and I'll talk to you in the next video.